Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Stellaris. Let's start off by seeing if we've got anything we can do with our wonderful artifacts. We're going to reverse engineer some arcane technology, and that's given us a Fallen Empire building. We don't know which, but we can build one. So, to find out, we need a world, there we go, with an open building slot, so we can have a little look down, and then I'll give you a summary of where we are with stuff. So just looking for something that looks really unusual, like a sky dome. Yeah, lots of housing, lots of amenities. I think it's probably that. Floating city propelled by state-of-the-art anti-gravity technology. Idyllic haven for its inhabitants. If you're low on housing, that could be a good thing. Could also be good for like a resort world or something like that. Yeah, it's definitely that. Okay. Very interesting place. Not particularly useful to us, I don't think. So, quick summary of where we are. We're still located down in this section of the galaxy. We are still pushing the end of the cycle. That is progressing. We're 466 systems through. It is not fast, but it's also not slow. At some point, we're going to have to activate destruction, destroy one of our worlds, and that will unfortunately be activatable once, but it will push the progress back and it will give us more time to carry on with building this up. Speaking of building up, we are currently researching technology to allow us to build habitats. That's going to allow us to populate more parts of space, slightly better habitability, based on what we've been researching. We're up to like 88%, which is reasonable enough, I would say, for being up in space. We have ships out exploring around the various last little open areas. There is currently an espionage event going on where we're trying to steal some people, and we're researching gene tailoring so that once we've stolen them, we can hopefully improve them and fix them. We might even be able to fix a lot of our population.
Is fully known.
Give them all scars, give them all psychic, that kind of stuff. That Thrillia system is done. Oh, and we're building our fleet. We are trying to move up our fleet capacity to something monumental. Well, not our fleet capacity, our actual fleet size. So if I go to fleet management, we need 33,000 metals if we're going to achieve that goal. So it's going to take us a little bit of time.
The enemy draws near.
Ooh. Void worms have been detected on a direct course towards the dig system. Well, we're not in the dig system. We do have a fleet that we are bringing down to take out these guys. So we'll watch this.
Battle has commenced.
Just to make sure it all gets sorted. And the civil war on that pre-space age world has concluded. In a stunning display of strategy, Ryzen of Gold has crushed the planet's resistance. Sleeper agents of the rebel ranks participated in a coordinated and planet-wide attack. Before the rebel generals knew what was happening, their positions were overwhelmed. Qualak 1 is now a unified world. That is kind of interesting. For our espionage event, while that was going on, our operatives have started rounding up targets and secreting them away to secluded locations. Whenever possible, incidents are staged to distract the local authorities and cover our tracks. Shouldn't have been difficult given there was a civil war going on, but doesn't hurt to be a little cautious.
Our star chart grows.
Please, come on down and finish this thing off. So he didn't lose anything in that first
Our
combat.
forces engage the enemy.
And the artist troupe is still at a creative roadblock. I mean, we're gonna carry on being a patron of the arts. We're not asking for a refund. And there is a void worm nest gone. We didn't lose any ships. I'm very happy about that. We're going to send you guys to go and get yourself repaired. And we can come and colonize this system, actually. That is something that we can definitely do. You, once you're done, come and build a starbase. They will no longer be able to use this as a spawning ground for their young. Yeah, I don't care about the void worms in the dig system. That's our neighbours, and they're not even friendly to us.
Exploration complete.
Ooh, we've got a new archaeology site. Seeing as we can do frontier archaeology, we are going to immediately excavate it, then carry on surveying. So this is a subterranean network. Our sensors have detected an irregular communication signal emanating from deep within an impact crater on the planet. Seismic topology scans reveal a network of subterranean caverns with a collapsed entrance at the centre, the crater. Alongside this, our radiology equipment is detecting faint traces of gravitational radiation emanating from the site. It poses more questions than it answers. And the Sithon Maelstrom has been surveyed as well. Look at that, we are rounding out our map quite nicely. Let's sell a little bit more and buy a little bit more.
Another eye has opened.
What have we got? We've got gene tailoring. It's time. Oh. Which means we could do targeted gene expression. Oh, yeah. This is what we did with our other people, and it was really quite good. So, let's get it. 2 additional trait picks. The job efficiency for biologist jobs, I don't think, is a good enough benefit. Let's wait until we've got the vocational genomics, and then we'll do the tailoring for us, for the Albanasians, for the Nanorulians, and for the Bukaris that we also bought. Because that was a thing we did. Speaking of buying people. No slaves available for sale. Okay. Well, we'll ignore that for now then. We could... I'm in 2 minds as to whether to boost our
knowledge
fleet
expands.
more or to start building a quantum catapult. There's assisting cloaking. Let's get some more encryption.
The land opens to our will.
We can flash forge a hyper relay. Probably worth us doing whenever that option crops up. So let's put that in. You're currently building a regular one. We will flash forge the one up here after you're done. And we have an archaeological dig event over at that frontier site. Excavation workers uncovered fragmented debris within the impact crater. These shattered pieces are emitting strong traces of gravitational radiation previously detected from orbit. With access to the subsurface cavern network secured, Murgkarp is now ready to trace the communication signal to its source. Go ahead and trace that signal. And we can get an L-gate insight. Yeah, let's do that. We've now gathered sufficient L-gate insights to research the technology behind them. Once it's been done, one of our science ships should be able to abort the perpetual maintenance cycle. The L cluster is almost within our reach. We're not going to do that anytime soon. That would be a very dangerous thing to do. But we have the option available to us. And you're researching the Zvan labs. Nice. Ooh. While the planet is prohibitively irradiated, at least one advanced life form flourishes on Stellaris. Scientist Dr. Zib reports the toxoid creatures exhibit impressive collective decision-making skills. An outside stimulus may spur them to even greater evolutionary heights. Well, we are mostly against the Xenos, so let's not do that, but it's good to know that they're there. Curators, we have to pay you again for another 10 years. I'm happy to keep doing that. Can you assist us with our collection? Tell us more about Xeno. I'm interested in purchasing a relic. Okay. What else did you have to offer? Can we buy other relics? Galactic history. No. Once you've got the one relic, that's all you can get. Our commander governing Valk Bellon. Valk Bellon is our ecclesiastical center. We can introduce some stability as the planet governor. It's probably the best thing that you can do. Because you're not a counselor. So you become a commissioner. You can tell where we have our Dyson swarms. And that one's very nearly finished upgrading as well. Oh, we have a few things. Okay, first things first. Over at the subterranean network, we've traced the communication signal to a large structurally damaged construct which has deeply penetrated the crust. Corroded from acidic exposure, its communications array continues to transmit in an unfamiliar language. Secured in place with specialized gravitational clamps, the device is firmly anchored to the bedrock. Further research will be necessary to ascertain its true purpose. Yeah, go ahead and decrypt the signal. Then, the Vulk-Ren Mandate has closed their borders, and they have joined the galactic community. So they're going to be somewhere over here, I reckon. Unless they're like a new tiny thing that's just splintered off from someone else, which is always possible. Then, a tubular entity has entered orbit of Grun Lugalis, which is within our area. Without warning or explanation, it appears to be moving without engines or thrusters, gliding in complete silence through the void of space, cylinders rotating ominously. Though it's yet to display any signs of aggression, it refuses to acknowledge our hails. Our military advisors warn it may pose a considerable threat to the inhabitants below, and implores us to engage neutralization protocols. Our scientists, however, plead that instead we learn from the remarkable piece of technology. Yeah, we're going to study it. We don't even know that it's alien.
A new path lies before us.
So, an enigmatic guest, go ahead and research that. Let's have a quick check of our territory to make sure that there's no additional anomalies that have cropped up that I haven't seen. Actually, if we If we take that off, that'll make it a bit easier to see. No, I think we're good. Alright. Let's put it back on. And this was about to finish in 20 days. But we have that Astral Rift event, so let's do that first. On the planet's surface, we encountered a massive creature whose body was formed by an intricate network of roots. It spoke with a deep, earthy resonance in a language we could not understand. It then offered us a seedling, which gently anchored itself to Father Vigan's hand. Its grasping roots were formed of a strange material. Extending to touch the nervous system, there was a moment of instantaneous recognition. Through the fusion of thought and root, a line of direct communication was established. Halt, unidentified sapient. Explain how you bypassed the blockade. Are you here to parley? We're explorers. It may be a slow conversation with a tree, but... Ooh, we've got a satisfying insult to use. Right, that's gonna probably... go to the cybernetic Deccan Kingdom again. Or maybe the neighbour. You know what? Let's see if we can insult the Abdosian League. It requires tense relations. They're suspicious, but they're not tense. Okay, how about you guys? Yeah, we can insult you. There we go. Insulted!
We sense something of interest.
The joint fleet has been repaired. Good. And the upgrade is finished on the Dyson Sphere, so we're getting even more money coming in. Let's sell a bunch and buy a bunch, because that's what we do. We can also afford to sell some food. So with you having been... Oh yeah, we're going to keep you here where the void worms are. 100% you are staying put until they come through and you wipe them out. Not that we're really worried about void worms, but it's still good to make sure that they are all in check. You're moving down to sort that out. You're building your hyper relay here. You're building a hyper relay here. After that one, that should be your next target. Let's get some more ships on the go. Gradually making progress forwards.
Our star chart grows.
Glowing webs of an unknown origin periodically illuminate the surface. Yeah, go ahead and investigate that. And then the Zamriak system is all done, which means you need a new place to go. It's going to be quite the way around over there, but we can jump to get there. So let's jump in like that. There's an actual wormhole in there. We'll go ahead and explore it, and then survey the system. Interesting that there's an actual wormhole in there. We can't see it from here, but you can select to explore it. Let's check, make sure our ships are all doing stuff. You're not doing stuff. So with Mothellum fully explored, going back through here, we have explored that system. We've explored that system. We haven't fully surveyed over here. Probably should have done it while we were there, thinking about it.
Life in the stars.
this connects all the way over to the other side of the map. That's really far. And the Zemiac system, yeah, we've already looked at that. Okay, back to our main thing. What's our population up to? 31.3 thousand. We are managing to keep our Empire sprawl under control.
New truths have been revealed.
Keeping it around 295 is good for us. We've got miners and farmers left over. Let's get some more alloy foundries here. And I suspect most places aren't gonna benefit much. If we switch this over to mineral research support, we will lose some miner jobs, but we'll gain some engineer jobs. That's probably a good thing. And the same if we switch this across to biological research support. We can get an astral siphon if we change the specialization here from energy generation to energy research support. Because we have more than enough energy credits coming in. Almost to the point where we're going to struggle to spend them. I don't think we're going to struggle to spend them, but we do need to think about it. There is our extra encryption. What should we move on to now? Volatile material plants? Yeah, I think that's a good call. Let's do that. These are really cheap right now. There is not much benefit in us spending them as resources. Our scientists have returned from the abandoned labs unscathed, with footage collected from the facility's security cameras. It shows lab scientists bound and gagged as guerrilla soldiers pry open the weapon's strongbox. But there, to their dismay, the box is empty. Only minutes later, the rebels can be seen writhing on the floor in intense agony, dark patches swelling across their bodies. Then their skin rips, and a grey, unidentifiable matter spills out. The matter continues to expand, swirling hypnotically around them, until one of the scientists activates an emergency system. Sprinklers douse the room in liquid, and an electrical surge passes through it, executing all living things. Here the footage ends. Our crew can confirm the strongbox was indeed empty. An interesting...
The land opens to our will.
Very interesting weapon that was developed. So, Merg, you're mostly going to be sat at our border now, looking for hidden ships, I think. Explorer makes sense for the sensor range increase. So we'll give you that. We're going to move you up here. And the Amelia station... we can't upgrade it. But we could change the nearby Corfino system into detection arrays. And then a listening post. So actually I'm going to move you to here, and then you're going to assist in cloaking detection when you're in place. That'll probably do.
Our forces engage the enemy.
Ooh. The void worms have come in. They are not going to last long. Look at those missiles going out. So many missiles. Unsurprisingly, Void Worm destroyed. Do you guys even need to heal? Oh, you did take a little bit of damage. Despite extensive
Our
research,
accomplishments grow.
the enigmatic cache and its origin are still shrouded in mystery. Well, it's definitely not organic in nature, it's not entirely machine either. It appears to be preoccupied mainly with gathering, storing and encoding of data. Its surface is covered in hundreds of thousands of minuscule scratches and dents, which we've discovered traces of compound that is alien to our galaxy. That is interesting in itself. Let's see if we can do anything with these peaceful applications. Let's get management insights. Science Officer Parrot Cap reports that Tansheng 4 is covered from pole to pole in a web-like network of electrical filaments. These networks respond to external stimuli, and Starseer Jar Lerman experimented with sending low-voltage pulse to the surface, which resulted in a wave of illumination that rippled through the network like a circuit board. Even more remarkably, the webs rearranged themselves. The second low-voltage pulse revealed that the filaments had been organised into a new pattern, centred around where the previous pulse contacted the surface. Parrot Cap concludes that this discovery confirms a long-held theory that life can exist as almost pure electrical impulses, independent of cellular or viral structures. Oh wow, Parrot Cap gained a level for that. And we got a specimen for electric life, which is giving us a boost to energy credits. Even more so. An additional 8.1%. That's quite incredible. So as a level up for a scientist out in the field, not on the council, let's give you confidential research too and boost your cloaking strength even further. Oh, the end of the cycle is constantly weighing on the back of my mind. Not to worry. It will all be fine in the end.
A new...
We have finished the subterranean network archaeological site. After detailed analysis, we now have a partial understanding of the construct found on the planet. The machine is a crude and destructive terraforming device, designed to irradiate native biospheres through simulated radiation growth of targeted resources. It causes a cascading effect that devastates the planet's ecosystem in the process, and this provides its users with abundant extractable materials at the cost of raising general toxicity across the planet. While the exact workings remain only partially understood, we've successfully decoded the device's communication frequency, identifying 2 additional locations transmitting the same signal. Investigating these sites may yield further insights into this technology. Ooh. Georadiation terraforming event chain.
A new path lies before us.
So, what is that? We have a signal in the Thrios system. We've actually got someone pretty close to that. And we have one in the Spiritualist system. Okay. I kind of want to do these before we finish surveying this system. So go ahead and go on and do those. In the meantime, the Tuchang system has been surveyed. We've still got more places queued up, so we'll do those. Come and survey this. Then survey this. And we'll come up this way. It says no orders, but you definitely have orders. Oh, because it's trying to do the surveying and then that's failing and then it's going to move on to the next thing. Yeah. Our joint expeditionary fleet has healed up. They are looking shipshape. Speaking of ships and shapes, we'll get some more ships on the way. Now you are at 28,000 strength. We could think about coming down and finishing off the Rubicator. We don't yet have a fully formed hyper relay network. That would be my big concern. Oh no! Trooper Prek has passed away at the grand age of 135 while in service to our empire. People clamour for a memorial service to honour the leader's great contribution to the council. So, on our government, we now have no one in place. Oh, if we select Let the Masses Mourn, it's going to cost us a lot. Let's chant for the soul. Let's get some unity. Until we meet again, monthly unity 15%. And Trooper Prek has unfortunately died, which means we need to pick someone new. And possibly Raldwek is going to be our best option. You're representing our interest in the galactic community. Yeah, you are our best option. We will elect you now, and then we will hire a new official to go to the galactic community. Let's hire you. And I will assign you to the galactic community. There we go. So Trooper Prek served the Empire for only 18 years. And Raldwek has taken the position. Now this does mean that our government, the Chief Presenter, the council is going to get less experience, and we're going to have a little bit less in terms of our edict fund. Neither of those is a big deal. Mostly I'm interested in the potential growth that Raldwek is going to have. Seeing as we have all the money available, let's have a check to see what blockers we could potentially clear from our planets just to get them done. It's going to be a long time until we can use a lot of this stuff, but the money's not going to go anywhere. Funnily enough, there's no blockers on space stations. Who would have known? And the other thing I want to do is I want to make sure that everyone's got the medical workers all prioritized. Blockers for these are going to be a little bit higher. You've got one, and you've got an upgrade you can do. Let's go ahead and do that. Great. Quickly check for any other upgrades. Astral Siphon. That definitely needs to happen. Another Astral Siphon. How are you doing on your jobs? We should probably get another alloy foundry there. Just to keep that ticking along. You got plenty of priest jobs still. That's all good. And we could finish off the last of those districts just so they're done. That is actively building. And we'll get those two upgrading. Okay, I think that's good for buildings and just having a look through them.
Exploration complete.
Hostile fleet, not a surprise, we're passing through enemy territory, so we'll leave that alone. The Darrell system has been fully surveyed. Carry on with this one, then this one, then this one, and then we'll come across to like here.
New truths have been revealed.
What new truths have we learned? Volatile material plants, great. We could go for even more research output, and then targeted gene expressions for the vocational genomics. Ooh. Let's go with foreign soil enrichment for the extra habitability, just because we're going to be building habitats soon. But before we do that, seeing as we now have the genomics, let's have a look and see what we have in terms of the different types. So we don't want the gelaboric mutations. This illustratum versus this illustratum has slightly more things. So what's the missing one or the extra one? Person had Psionic. Ah, that's the hand. For the pre-sapient, you don't look pre-sapient. I guess they are pre-sapient. They're modified pre-sapients. That's why it's slightly different. There's only one of them, but they are. Is it? What is different between this one and this one? Well, regardless, I think that this template is going to be the best. So we're going to create a template from this. I don't think we'll get rid of the nascent stage. I don't think we'll get rid of sedentary. We're going to have to get rid of something, though, if we're going to add something else in. Oh, I guess we can get rid of sedentary and then we could add something else. Oh, maybe we can't take stuff off. We can only get rid of negative traits and then add something new in. Maybe that's it. So enduring would be kind of cool. Give them another 20 years before potentially dying. Yeah, let's do that. And we're going to apply this to everyone. So this should get rid of a lot of the problems that we have. And when I say problems, I mean things like the Galaboric mutations. Oh, we can only do it to the ones who are marked. Okay. That's fine.
A new path lies before us.
We'll go ahead and get that happening. And then for the ones who aren't marked, we can't get rid of the Galaboric. So we'd want to do the same for them. After the current bits are done.
We sense something of interest.
Dr. Zib has found a partially hollowed out asteroid. Okay, go ahead and investigate that. Our espionage event is happening. The operation has entered a critical phase where we are grabbing people and overwhelming security forces with duds and diversions. We've successfully shipped out many of our targets, but the operation didn't go without hitches, and many ships filled with promising individuals were left behind. Well, we've got some population who've moved across who are going to be integrated into our society.
We build.
So, couple of bits. First of all, we've taken this system, so that's really nice. We don't have the ability to build research stations there yet, so that is going to just have to wait. For this part of the network, it's not really connected up, but we don't have a reason to bring any fleets down here right now, so I'm not too worried about that. We could maybe do a hyper relay thing over here just to like help bring things around. You're building a hyper relay network there. You're building one here, and then straight after, I think we're going to go to mine and then to Quackluck rather than coming down through Clendath. Oh, actually no, Clendath is fine. But we don't quite have the rare crystals at the moment. Now, the Coalition of Upcyclers. We've been hearing rumours about the impressive Silduran Council for a while now, and we're pleased to make your acquaintance. For a nominal contribution of credits, we at the Coalition of Upcyclers offer premium salvage services, from engine upgrades to scrapping fleets. Whatever your needs, you can count on us. And to ensure that we start off in good graces, how about a small gift to show our commitment to customer service? Sure, give me some alloys. I am definitely not going to complain. Orbital Habitats is done. Let us push on with probably railguns, because they are the furthest along of the cheap ones.
A new path lies before us.
We have a level up for our Rift Walker, so we're going to give them Rift Walker. Then, event chain, Shrines to the Old Gods. Most of the asteroid has been laser chiseled with great precision into the likeness of a small Sildor temple. A shrine to the Untold, great destroyer deity of several old Sildoran faiths. The temple has been tumbling through the quiet of space for longer than we've seen capable of spaceflight, a finding which disturbs more than a few of our researchers. Despite the unsettling nature of this discovery, Science Officer Dr. Zib has suggested we search for more objects matching the characteristic of this space temple. Yeah, I think it's worth us investigating.
A new path lies before us.
So, Dr. Zib, where are your potential locations? There's one here. There's one there. And there's one there. And guess what? Those are locations that you are going to. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem at all. As soon as we've got the rare crystals. In fact, let's see if we can do anything with our artifacts. Not right now. On the planets, however, we can send the artifacts. And we don't have enough anywhere else, because we don't have any temples anywhere else.
Our vessels have changed.
That is enough. Right, build the hyper relay over here. Species modification has completed. Let's look at the next one. So this is the default with our slight tweaks to it. I'm going to create a template from this one. We're going to take off sedentary. We're going to put on enduring, and we will apply that to 1,700 population.
A new path lies before us.
We've successfully uncovered another damaged terraforming device on 3 of 4. Unlike the original construct, this one's retained some of its fuel, revealing dark matter as the driving force of its radiation output. The device accelerates growth of targeted resources by metastasizing key molecular bonds. This promotes their development at the expense of the surrounding biosphere's cellular integrity. Interesting that that's giving us some dark matter. Not the option to research dark matter.
New horizons are upon us. The Conclave is ready to act.
Council agenda is ready to be launched. That's giving us more unity. Let's pick the next one. Psionic supremacy could be good if we were to just lean into getting telepaths. Oh my word, we are negative on consumer goods. We're going to need to sort that out. Let's go with the higher purpose for now. It's a fine enough one for us to have out. Most people seem to be supporting this military readiness act. We're going to be in breach of galactic law when that initially comes in. We're going to need a lot of resources to make it so that we're not. What it's probably worth us doing, actually, is buying a bunch of rare crystals, selling a bunch of motes, we could sell dark matter while we've got it. No, it's not efficient enough. That's a few more metals. Still got 53 ships that we need to build up, but if they want us to have a fleet that's this big, then so be it. You know, who am I to complain about that? So in terms of further upgrades, let's move civilian industries to the top. So at least that is coming in to even it out. Right, Rift event. The tree. We make preparations for a coming battle. Regrettably, your expedition may be more dangerous than previously assessed. The Planetoid continued. We are the Bowl, and you've landed on our outer colonies. We are under siege and our resources dwindle. Diplomacy is fruitless. The aggressors mock us openly and laugh at all our attempts to communicate. They identify themselves as the Gruner. We believe their aim is not to conquer this world, but to destroy it. Seems they know no mercy. We would graciously accept any assistance. We'll help however we can. It's probably worth us finishing off the Astral Siphon upgrade chain. And I'll have a very quick look to see if there's any ones that we want to upgrade, or at least queue up. That is technically being upgraded, so it's going to have to wait. You can be done though. No point standing on ceremony there. And you're going to be done in like 9 days.
Our vessels have changed.
Okay, Dr. Ziv has found another anomaly. Thick black clouds in Stellaris 1's atmosphere. Go ahead and investigate that. We will do more species modification in a moment. I will just get this funnel upgrading. There we go. So, next up, the pre-sapients. We can't change. So I'm assuming that from the Oh, I wonder if there's any point then. No, it must create new pre-sapients from the existing ones. I'm pretty certain that's what happens. So the ones that still got some points left are the marked Gelaboric. Take off sedentary, add on enduring, go ahead and apply that.
A new path lies before us.
That will be 1 month to get done.
Our vessels have changed.
That's dropped off food. We might have to check that. And then we can take off Pre-Sapien for these. Interesting. Yeah, let's grow them up. That can't be 10,000. Oh, it's going to be... Right. I know why. It's because it's also going to grab the ones from the top area. Yeah, Pre-Sapient, this trait can never be removed, so why was it letting us? Yeah, let's cancel that for a moment. We know it can't be removed, so we'll leave it. We can do this one though. And there's some potentially others further down, but there's really not many of these. So we're going to apply this, and this is just going to be to the 72 that it could have been on.
A new path lies before us.
And with that, I think we are pretty much out of time for today. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. With the changes that we've got coming in to our populations, it's going to be interesting to see how things resolve. We're probably going to have to...
Our vessels have changed.
Make sure we balance things out properly. But that's going to be just a question of going through and double-checking things. Is it worth us doing one more for the last 8, the last 4, etc.? Probably not, but we could maybe do the Albantians. Yeah, let's create a template for them. We're going to take off Wasteful. Actually, no, we'll take off Decadent. And we'll put on... Strong's probably worthwhile. Go ahead and apply that to all of them.
A new path lies before
and
us.
And that is where we're going to finish. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Stellaris. See you soon.